fire, or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drugstore. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juneman, and Coons Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drugstore. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rex the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juneman, and Coombs Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you will be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drugstore. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rex the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juneman, and Coombs Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Go fight win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drugstore. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juneman, and Coombs Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to another Friday night of high school football here on Nex-Tech Game Time. This is our Game Time Tonight pregame show. And we're coming to you live tonight from Lewis Field on the campus of Fort Hays State University for our Game Time Game of the Week featuring the Phillipsburg Panthers traveling to take on the TMP Monarchs. I'm Curtis Brown. I'm here with Chris Lee tonight. And Chris, we don't normally call the sixth game of the season a must-win, but for these two teams to make the playoffs, it is a must-win tonight.
Yes, it really is. Both teams have been struggling a little bit recently, but with the other teams in their play, with Beloit, with Norton in this district, and right now they're at the bottom of the district, so there's almost a survivor feel, a little bit of desperation tonight's game.
Yeah, and TMP, they're led by Grant Stevenson, the coach, his first year at TMP after he was with Plainville. They're 3-2 on the year. They've lost 2 games in a row, including last week against Russell, 26-6. They've got a bunch of injuries. They're still putting 26 points up on offense, give up 20 points per game. And Phillipsburg, they're led by the first-year head coach, Ross Coombs. They're 2-3 on the year, but they've also lost 2 in a row, including last week's 46-24 defeat to Beloit. They put up 32 points per game and give up 28. Chris, what have you seen from these two teams so far this year?
Phillipsburg runs the ball really well. And the funny thing about that, though, is a lot of times when you play that complementary football, when you run the ball well, it helps protect your defense. But Phillipsburg has struggled to stop people. Now, Norton, I was at that game, and Norton only scored 14 points, but they ran the ball. And you expect Norton to put up all those fireworks with their high-powered passing attack. They just ran the ball and just grilled. They could have scored another touchdown at the very end of the game, and they kneeled it out. But Phillipsburg does move the ball on the ground. They'll throw a little bit. And like with TMP, their defense has had some really good outings. When you look at the points scored against them, some of them have been on special teams, some of them have been pick sixes. So their defense has been pretty stout. It'll be interesting to see, we got a little contrast of styles here, but like you said, with TMP, it's just injuries. That's tough.
Yeah. Phillipsburg, they're led by the senior quarterback, Trace Hanchett. He's thrown for 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, while rushing for 355 yards and 5 touchdowns. Senior running back, Rad Rodriguez, he leads the team in rushing, 453 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think they've got 9 different players that have scored touchdowns for them offensively. Rodriguez is the team leader in tackles, along with junior linebacker Cole Keaton as well. And, what do you think tonight for this Phillipsburg squad to be successful? Is it just better defense? Their offense is humming. Is it just a better defense?
Well, like you said, the offense is already protecting the defense. And what that Rodriguez kid is a big physical kid. They play him fullback on offense and defensive end on defense. If TMP wants to throw the ball a lot, he'll be in the backfield. He'll disrupt some things. Yeah, but they've got to get a few more stops for P-Bird.
And TMP, they're going to start their third different quarterback tonight. Senior Griffin Shoemaker is going to take the snaps tonight. He was hurt this year. I think he missed last week's game, but he's been really the focal point of their offense. He's ran for 526 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's thrown for 21 yards. He has 33 yards receiving, 108 yards in punt returns and a touchdown, and 171 yards in kick return. Junior linebacker Ryan Casey leads the team with 44 tackles. Sophomore free safety Caden Dinkles that picked off 4 passes, and senior defensive lineman Kendall Walker has 27 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. Does TMP just need to lean on their defense tonight with all those injuries on offense? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, and like I said, they can let Phillipsburg run it between the 20s, so to speak. Try to keep bend but don't break, keep them out of the end zone. Like I said, Phillipsburg can throw it a little bit, but they were shut out. Who was it? It was there was one game they didn't have any air yards passing. So they're that's why you're going to have to lean in that defense. The quarterback is a senior, but not a lot of experience taking snaps, and then that's a whole different deal being the quarterback. Although, as I recall, that quarterback though, he's a good athlete.
He is.
He'll make some things happen. You just hope they're going to be positive things for TMP.
That's right. Phillipsburg won this game last year 10-7, and the Panthers have won 15 straight games against TMP. Phillipsburg, Norton, and Smith Center have really given TMP problems. They have not beat either one of those teams since moving to the Mid-Continent League. How do you see this game coming out tonight with all those injuries on TMP's side?
Right. And when you've had that many losses against these teams, it's got to be hard to show up and think how much of a chance we have knowing they have some injuries too. It's like when the Raiders come to play the Chiefs. Chiefs have owned the Raiders forever.
Right.
They win one game, they bite the bus around, and that was a big mistake for the Raiders. They've got to come in with confidence. They got to trust their defense. Hope the new quarterback can make some plays because he's an athletic kid. Maybe limit the mistakes. I don't recall them having a lot of turnovers necessarily or anything, but just limit the mistakes. So
we got several big games around the area. We got Hayes Highs at Dodge City. Hoxie travels to Hill City. Norton's at Beloit. Ellis hosts Oakley. Quinter travels to Atwood. Stockton travels to Oberlin. Thunder Ridge is at Wheatland. Waukene is at Ness City. Victoria hosts Sharon Springs, and Plainville travels to Syracuse. Any of those matchups kind of catch your eye?
Hill City's been a crazy team this year.
Yes.
We had them guys. They had week 1. I think. Who knows? I know I happened to see Lance Barr today and talk to him briefly, and I think they felt confident going in that game. But Hill City's, if they got all their guys there and everybody's got their head on, they're a good team.
Yes.
But that's a tough district. I know I talked to people in Quinter today too, and they're like,
for sure.
That was going to be a tough matchup. That's a snot knocker, and poor Stockton. I don't think they're going to make much traction. In that
No. But this game should be good for sure. It'll be one that the weather's kind of cool now. It's back in the fall. Feels like football season for sure. So coming up next will be the scouting report. That's presented by Nex-Tech Wireless. That's with the interviews from tonight's coaches. After that, we'll be set for kickoff. So stay tuned. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juniman, and Coombs Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drugstore. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Definitely throughout the year you're going to start to accumulate injuries by this time of the season. We play a really tough schedule, so yeah, we got some guys that are kind of on the border whether or not they're going to play, but never an excuse. We're always a next man up kind of mentality, and so our kids know that we expect them to play just as well as the starters, if not a little better. Yeah, I think we've got some good depth this year, and so that has helped out quite a bit. And the young guys, that's good for them going into the future. Like, they're going to have some experience, but it's all about this season right now. And so, yeah, we're trying to do whatever we can to find people to put in spots so that can help us win football games. Yeah, I think the kids have really picked up the systems both offensively and defensively. At this point in the season, it's not so much learning anymore. It's just figuring out different areas where we can attack our opponents both offensively and defensively. So, yeah, there's nothing really new going in at this point, just polishing things up, and I think they've taken to it pretty well. Yeah, we played a couple games that definitely could have went either way. Even last week, even though the score looks like it wasn't very close, like we had a lot of opportunities where mistakes here and there kind of hurt us, but we've been in every game, and so there's always that possibility that we could still be undefeated, but obviously that hasn't happened. But yeah, the kids, I think they're encouraged by the growth that we've shown throughout the year. Yeah, we've had a tough schedule. We're always going to have a tough schedule, just where we're at with our league and with our district. It's going to be the same basically every single year. And so you know the teams that you're going to have to compete with and going to have to beat if you want to reach your goals, attain your goals. But we just got to keep working, and that's never going to be an excuse, our schedule or anything like that. So it's just we're going to play whoever is on our schedule, and we got to be ready to go. Defensively, we haven't played great. I mean, on both sides of the ball, there's areas where we can improve. Defensively, we haven't been great the last couple of weeks, but our kids know that they're capable of it. We held Norton to 14 points, and we were just a few plays away there. It's just got to be putting together a full game, a clean game, no turnovers, limit the penalties, all that kind of stuff. And if we can do that, we've still got room to grow the rest of the season. Yeah, we've got 2 district games left. We got to win one of them basically to get in the playoffs. That doesn't guarantee you that with tiebreakers and stuff like that, but got to win one of them. Like we've told the kids, we're focused on this game right now, and control what you can control. And if we don't win this one, then we're at a bad spot. So yeah, just trying to take it day by day and game by game, and we'll see where it all pans out there at the end. I think TMP is a really tough team. Their kids play really hard. You can tell they're well coached. Defensively, they're one of the better teams in 2A right now. They haven't given up a whole lot in terms of points or yardage any week. They've played a tough schedule as well. They looked pretty good against Scott City a couple weeks ago, and they're definitely a good football team, and I know it's going to be a tough physical game on Friday night.
Health-wise, we're still out, I think, about 8 guys. Several of them starters, and several others, play a lot. But we're at this point with 27 players on your team, everybody's pretty important. So, we're down lower around the high teens, low 20s numbers right now. Yeah, we're still learning. We've got, when a few of your key players get hurt, and new players got to play in, it changes the timing, the dynamic a little bit thing of maybe passing game and the way things hit and the speed. And so that's been a tough adjustment from, your first starters that you're hoping make it all season long to backups who've been working their tail off and doing a good job. But yeah, it just changes some things and makes it a little bit tougher. I'm happy with the way the guys are playing defensively. Offense coming with a new system, like I said, injuries, it does give us some setbacks. The thing that I just want to keep pushing and showing the kids on film is I think there's some areas where our effort can be better, and I just want to make sure that we bring that every week to practice and to our games, no matter who we have out there on the field. If we can bring that, whatever the scoreboard says, as long as that effort's there, I can live with that after a loss, especially against 2 pretty good teams. But I think there's still some growth in that effort area that we can work on. Kind of the same way we do every game. We prep and prepare every game to, in hopes to win it, but also just to reach our full potential as a team. In some ways, I think we are getting closer to that mark, and in some ways, I think we still got a ways to go. But like I said, we still got, still guaranteed 3 or 4 games left, so we still want to push for that benchmark and that standard for our team and our players. I don't know their new coach as well. Just watching him on film, I think he's doing a good job. I know some of the Phillipsburg players from being at Plainville last year, and they do have some good athletes. The Rad Rodriguez guy is a big back, and they've got some other guys that can run and fast too. But I think in some similar ways, they're going through some hiccups and some learning experience as well. But they're a solid team. Phillipsburg always puts together a good football team, so we're gonna have to be ready to go. Effort was the big one, and then there's just a few blocking assignments that hopefully we can clean up and get better. Hopefully the kids will understand, and we tried working really hard at teaching that this week, along with some, just some blocking form and again, just pointing out, showing them where we think their effort can be better. But I think we start bringing some more of that, it'll give us a better chance of coming out victorious.
Good evening and welcome everybody to Friday Night Football here on Nex-Tech Game Time. We're coming to you live tonight from Lewis Field on the campus of Fort Hays State University for a 2A district game between the Phillipsburg Panthers and the TMP Monarchs. And Phillipsburg won the toss, deferred, Chris, and TMP's going to set to return this.
Yep, exciting stuff here. This is real football weather, too. Looks like that's number 28 deep for the Monarchs. That's Griffith Shoemaker.
Yep, 34 yards per return he's averaging on these kickoffs. And they're just going to keep it out of his hands. Going to bounce at the 20. One of the upmen pick it up right there and brought down there by 21. That's Rad Rodriguez. Probably going to hear his name quite often.
Yes, we'll see. He'll hear his name a lot. Like I say, he's a real staunch defender from that defensive end position on defense, and on offense, they'll just run him up the middle. A lot of dive action.
So at quarterback here tonight for the Monarchs, their fourth starting quarterback. I was corrected here. Fourth starting quarterback tonight. Griffin Shoemaker, the senior. He kind of does a little bit of everything for them. So
it might be an interesting night. A lot of razzle-dazzle type stuff.
Yep. There's a Shoemaker off to the left side on a sweep, and he's going to get a couple to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like on the stop there is Blake Burrish, also number 50, Carson Meidel.
So second down, 7, getting about 3 yards on first down, and Monarchs run out of a shotgun, but they run the flex bone kind of offense out of that shotgun.
Yeah, well, so both these teams will have seen some of all the same stuff in practice. That's what Peeberg likes to do as well. But for the Monarchs, if they can get 3 yards first down, that gives them a chance. They can't get behind the sticks.
Now motion is going to give to Brown, and he's almost to the 30-yard line, just a little bit shy. That's Alder Brown, the 5'9", 155-pound junior.
Looked like Meidel in on the stop again. He's coming from a nose guard spot, so nice pursuit there.
Phillipsburg runs kind of a 3-4 offense, or defense, excuse me. Usually one of their backers is up towards the line of scrimmage, depending on where they are on the field. So 3rd and 1 here. This is where, the Monarchs need to keep these drives going. Alder Brown on the motion, and Shoemaker bounces off to the right side. He's got some room, 35-40. He's got the first down. Nice job there by Shoemaker being patient.
Yes, I thought they had a miscommunication something there in the backfield, but he said he just kept his cool there. Being a senior probably helps him out there. Looked like Ryan Babcock on the stop for the Panthers.
So first down here for TMP at the 41-yard line. They just need to get that to get in rhythm with a different quarterback. Probably not going to put the ball in the air much tonight.
Right.
I don't think so.
And just gain confidence, too.
1st and 10. They're going to give to Gerstner up the middle. Gerstner keeps his feet moving, gets close to about the 48-yard line. Gerstner's just a freshman, but a good, tough run.
Yeah, and like you said, they're showing some nice variety. They're attacking left, attacking right, attacking up the middle. Looked like that might have been Rodriguez on the tackle, and he would have come all the way from the other side of the field. He would have pursued from the backside. If they see that a lot, it'll be interesting to see if TMP pulls something and tries to get a little reverse action.
So 2nd down and 3 for TMP. This is Shoemaker right up the middle, and he's going to have the first down across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line. Cole Keaton there on the tackle for the Panthers.
Like I said, that keeps the chains moving. That protects their defense, and TMP has showed a stout defense. They maybe just run out of gas over the course of some games. Obviously, a lot of these kids for the Monarchs are playing both ways, but they're gaining confidence by moving the sticks and getting some first downs.
Yeah, almost as many injured players on the sideline for TMP as healthy players suited up. So a lot of young kids are going to get some playing time tonight for TMP. Brown in motion. This is Shoemaker going to keep it, and he's up to about the 45-yard line, but he's met there by a number of Panthers. Seth Keaton in there.
Yeah. Might have had a piece of him, but let him get away, and he got an extra yard or two there. Like I said, but once again, they're staying on time, they're staying on schedule, and I think that's going to be important for the Monarchs because if it's 3rd and long, I think that's it's always a bad situation, but it's even going to be worse for a team that doesn't have a quarterback used to airing it out.
Pretty good offensive line, though, up front for TMP, and maybe their strength on the offense. There's a Gerstner on the run, but up front you got Braden Gilmore, Colton Hagens, Eli Stein, Kendall Walker, and Evan Balthazar. Pretty big group up front for TMP.
Yeah, you can see the impact they're having. Look like Seth Keaton on the stop for the Panthers junior linebacker for them. But like I said, now they're looking at 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. So, I mean,
right on schedule.
Right, and they're in territory now. This could be 4 down territory too, depending on how they look at it.
So Shoemaker has a shotgun. There's motion. And this is a handoff to number 7. That is Derek Becker, sophomore, just a couple yards. So we'll bring up 4th down and 2.
Looked like Babcock for the stop there. He rode that for a long time.
I think he wanted to keep that.
Yeah. And like I said, he maybe doesn't have a lot of experience with. Probably the reading part is not the hardest part for him. Just how many times has he practiced it with that particular player? I know there's a lot of drills you can run, but that's hard to get kids to understand that riding and taking and keeping.
So 4th and 2. This is Shoemaker up the middle. He's going to have the first down. Boy, he's got a quick first step, got upfield and went right behind Kendall Walker there, the right guard, for the first down.
Yeah, as I say, give some credit to that TMP line there. It looked like Caden Seams on the stop, but he clearly got the first down. That was this has been a nice strategy for the Monarchs so far. Just rely, that may be where they have the fewest injuries is on the line.
Right.
Those are the guys that they had the most experience, and it's like we're going to rely on those guys. Be interesting to see if Peaburg maybe starts stunting somebody, make that more of a forefront.
And there's a little early motion. This is what you don't want to happen for TMP, getting behind the sticks. Here's a procedure call, 5-yard penalty. Will be 1st and 15 now for TMP.
Yeah, the only saving grace at this point, I said this may be 4 down territory, so you can look at it. We can take this 4 chunks rather than 3, but I don't think they want to have to gain in big chunks. I don't think that's going to be a big part of their arsenal tonight.
Yep. So 6:35 already just left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they do seem to be being patient about getting the next call in, and like I said, you're protecting they're good defense, but they're protecting them a little bit.
Here's Brown in motion. This is Shoemaker looking to throw, and he just comes up and puts his head down, gets a couple more yards. Looked like Seth Keaton was there for the tackle, but just kind of
running alongside him,
to him. He didn't wrap up, and so Shoemaker able to gain a few yards there in first down.
It looked like Seams, the left defensive end, the one that finally put a pad on him, but he
just tried to hit him and not wrap up, and Shoemaker got maybe 3 yards, so made a little something out of nothing.
Well, and you almost got to wonder if that sometimes might be by design that, like, let's just, we're going to pass block, we're going to wave these guys out and hope Shoemaker can beat some of the linebacker level guys.
Brown in motion is to give to Gerstner up the middle. He's got a hole. It gets close to the 30, just maybe the 31-yard line, so good run there by the freshman. Their pursuit by Cole Keaton.
Yeah, E.J. Hall also out there. Since I had P-Berg earlier this year, I recognized some of the kids, and I'd highlighted him even though he's not a starter. He'll rotate in there some to play as well.
Yeah, so it'll be enough for a first down. So I thought they were a little bit short, but that'll be enough for first down. And, again, TMP continues this drive, 4:45 left, first quarter. And
folks, you may want to get your popcorn early. Both these teams like to run the ball, so there may not be a lot of clock stoppage. Just
right.
It's maybe one of those games that rolls pretty fast.
So now Twins receivers to the right for Shoemaker. Going to give the Gerstner up the middle, big hole. And
he ran through it. A couple tacklers.
He's going to have a first down.
We got a kid down, too.
We got a flag down, too. So that's a tough run by Gerstner, but usually that's in the area of holding. So
Blake Burrish was the kid that was down. He came up, made a hit, and on the hit appeared to be injured, but he's up and he's running back to the sidelines. Hopefully he'll be okay. Burrish is a senior.
So holding on the Monarchs going to put them in a big hole. This is going to be about 2nd and 20 now.
Yikes. Yeah, this will stretch their arsenal because, like I said, not very many teams have great 2nd and 20 plays, but I think for the Monarchs it'll be harder on the play sheet. They're just are going to be limited in what they can execute.
Well, we seen earlier, about a couple weeks ago, they come out in little mini huddles. Tonight, though, just one big huddle for TMP, just trying to get everybody on the same wavelength, maybe just simplify things.
Yes. That's good coaching philosophy when you have to make a lot of changes.
1st and 10. This is Shoemaker. He spins out of a tackle, but they're number 60 there on the ground. That's Seams. Caden Seams wouldn't let go of that ankle.
Yeah, Seams has been all over the place. Like I said, they're getting a lot of tackles out of their D line, but nice down and distance for them. They're for the P-Berg defense. So 2nd and 20 now.
Shoemaker's got his right foot taped up, and he was kind of stretching that out there after that run. That was the ankle that Seams was grabbing hold of. So now split receivers to the right. Shoemaker, the only man in the backfield, looking to throw, and he's going to throw across the middle. He's got his man. That's Alder Brown, and he's down to the 23-yard line. That ball may even have been tipped.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But good concentration there by Brown. And
looked like Hrenik in on the stop. But like you said, I thought it was tipped too. Yeah,
I think it was there. It was tipped, but good job there by Brown, and makes this a 3rd down and maybe 5.
Yeah, but this is, like you said, they're certainly, and I don't know much about the TMP kicker, but they're certainly in territory. This is 4 down if they want to try to keep going.
Twins receivers to the left. Now Shoemaker give the Gerstner up the middle. Or no, he keeps it off the right side. Good
That's
job.
Another 1st down.
Yep, going to be a 1st down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like that's number 20 on the stop. That was Babcock. We'll have the replay coming up here. You watch, fakes that dive action, bounces to the outside. The tackle does a nice job kind of holding up Seams at right end, and no one came up to really contain beyond that. But you can't ask that defensive end to contain in a 3 front, so I'm not sure who had to contain.
And now they look like they're bringing another – now it's a 4-man front.
Yeah, they're a 4 front.
So now in motion, this is Shoemaker with the pitch to Brown, and strung out nicely there by Caden Sisson. And they're going to lose a yard, it looks like. But a good job of Sisson staying home there.
Right, and he gets a piece of the ball carrier, plus he keeps the contain, so the inside pursuit can help him out.
Yeah.
Wow, 150 left in the first quarter. This baby is rolling. P-Berg may not get a touch in the first quarter at this rate.
Yeah, so 2nd and 11 now for the Monarchs in their flex bone set. Motion for Brown. This is going to good job by Shoemaker. He was wanting to pitch that, but
there's nothing there.
There was nobody there. So
that was going to be bad news.
He just had to eat that. And
it was Rodriguez, I think, may have been on the first one on the hit there. I tell you what, bad news for the Wildcats. K-State's playing this rare Friday night game. They are down 10-0 now at the end of the first quarter. Yikes.
Yeah.
Okie State's not that good this year.
No. We're just going to we're just not going to pay attention to that. Chris.
Yeah, we'll just push that aside. I'm going to go to Twitter and try to get some local high school scores at this rate.
So 1 minute to go, first quarter. This has all just been TMP's
You don't see
drive.
that very often.
No.
A team does not touch the ball in the first quarter.
3rd and 12. So Becker in motion. Shoemaker looking to throw. Nobody open, and he just tipped. Boy, that was close to being picked off. Shoemaker was under pressure, and that was Seth Keaton there on the tip, it looked like.
Yeah.
But there was several Panthers there that it may have been picked off if it wasn't.
Hansen was right there too. So Hansen also plays quarterback on offense. He'll make a substantial number of tackles as well. Obviously a good athlete. So
a little better.
Incomplete pass stopped the clock. We were going to run the clock out here, but
so they switched back to their 3-man front. Boy, they had some success on the 4-man front.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long they did.
Yep, 4th and 12 for the Monarchs. Twins receivers to the right. Shoemaker, the lone setback. Looking to throw across the middle. He had his man just off his hands maybe. And Brown his hands on top of his helmet. That pass was there.
The Shoemaker gave him a chance to make the play. Here's the replay. Pretty nice job of blocking. That was a 3-man front there, but they did a nice job blocking. Gave him a chance.
Right there, put it right on his hands. That was a good job.
By Burish in coverage. You might have got a hand in there, but for TMP to have success tonight, they need to bring that ball in. Like I said, they ran it down to 42 seconds, so give the offense credit for that.
Flexbone set wide. There's a handshake there. It looked like a fumble, but it was both those Twins receivers were set wide out to the left side.
Well, and it looked like they had guard. I mean, there was guard action going on. They were trying to pull or trap or something. It didn't look right. So
2 yards on the carry there by Trace Hanchett.
Giving credit for getting positive yardage out of an ugly-looking situation. But like I said, Hanchett's a good athlete, going to make some things happen. They're playing straight zone on that.
Oh, and there's a little motion up front, trying to go on tour, and Meidel jumped.
Boy, I'd save that too for when you got 3rd and short or 4th and short. You're 2nd and 8. That's not a great down for using that. No. But I thought it was interesting. They got that Twins out there, but they've only got one guy over the top like they're playing zone. Boy, an easy play on that. Just throw it out to the flanker, and if your other end can get just a halfway stock block. But we're at the end of the first quarter, Curtis. I mean, holy cow.
We're done. Yeah, but after the first quarter, we're still scoreless here from Lewis Field. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. We're just the start of the second quarter, scoreless here from Lewis Field, TMP, and Phillipsburg. Phillipsburg just has run one play on in this first quarter. So second down, 13 for the Panthers. And this is it came out of that. That's quarterback. He kept out of it. I was waiting for the stop.
Well,
what a tough run there by
He road Rodriguez for the longest time. Then he's kind of looped around him.
Looked like a rubby scrum there a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. And then he's kind of squirts out of there. No, we were just talking about the actual time of the first quarter was 17 minutes. We ended the first quarter at 7:17.
So third down and 1 here. Flexbone set, tight end. He's going to give to Rodriguez, and he's going to have a first down. Tough run there by Rodriguez. there on the tackle was Ryan Casey, but that is a first down.
Yeah, Rodriguez is a load to bring down. He is a 6 foot 222. I mean, for a high school kid that's a running back, that's a big kid.
But you can see TMP is recognizing these plays. They run the same type of offense, and so now motion outside, and this is again to Rodriguez up the middle, and he's met and brought down. I didn't see who was in on that one, but not a lot of, maybe a yard, maybe give him 2 yards on first down.
Yeah, they did a nice job loading that up. Okay, right there. Now he's been out of the screen. I'm going to have to use my.
So kind of running a 5-man front here.
Yeah, a lot different approach than what Peaburg's using. Like a 5-2 or a 5-3.
And here comes a blitz, and up the middle, brought down. That's
no quarterback's got it.
Oh, he does got it to the 50, down to the 45, and to the 35. Boy, I was
but I was looking at Rodriguez too. I thought he had it. Looks like 26 in on the stop for the Monarchs.
There's flags down, 2 flags down. This is going to probably come back, but yeah, they faked me out there, Chris.
Well, no, and it did me too. I held the glasses on Rodriguez for just a minute. Let's see what our call is here. He's pointing towards the offense.
Yep, holding.
Holding, yeah.
It's holding against the Panthers.
An illegal shift too.
Yeah, had all kinds of things bad happen there, I guess.
The holding was clear in the backfield too, so that's going to really hurt the Panthers.
Elijah Lang looks like number 26 is the guy who made the tackle. I just looked down the program. He's a freshman playing free safety. Yeah. That's quite a bit of responsibility for a freshman, but like I said, we know the Monarchs have some injuries. I mean,
they made some switches. I had him down at defensive end, so it was.
Well, like you said, with some injuries, you may just say we got to make some switches here.
So now this is
that's fullback.
Give to Rodriguez, gets a couple there on second down, and this will be a long third down for the Panthers.
Stop made by number 55. That's Ryan Casey, a junior.
Yeah, Casey's leading tackler for the Monarchs, so we'll see what happens here if they bring some pressure. They've only got, 3 defensive backs. We play 5 down linemen. You got 3 linebackers.
Yeah, they're loading the box. I mean, it's just like they're saying, we know Peaburg, you like to run the ball. The Rodriguez kid's tough to bring down. So it'll be interesting to see at what point. And Peaburg will throw the ball a little bit. So
twins receivers to the right for Hanchett. Under center now looking to throw. He's got some pressure, comes up the middle, down to the 30, gets to the 35, lowers his head, and he's going to be close to a first down. That's a good run by Hanchett, but he's going to be a little bit short here.
Caden Dinkel, the free safety, comes up the stop.
Boy, that's a good run there by Hanchett. So it's about 4th and 1.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. Like I said, he's their number 2 rusher.
They say a first down. Do they say first down? No. 4th.
They have not moved the sticks. I'm going to say it's probably, right about a yard looking at the sticks?
Yeah, because now the white hat's going to come over. He thought he's signaled for first down, but now it's 4th down. So
all right, now we got a late substitution. TMP running a big boy out there.
Now 4th and 1. Panthers is going to give to Rodriguez, and he's going to have the first down. Gets to the 40-yard line, just a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Yeah, it looked like that was number 31 initially on the hit there. That's
Gerstner there.
Yeah, Gerstner.
Max Gerstner.
Coming in from his right end spot.
Yeah, they moved him down to defensive end. He was a linebacker. Browns moved into a linebacker position. They've got Isaac Puritan on the outside.
Pass.
This is Hanchett looking to throw, put some air under it, and both players slip. No flag. I think I just lost the footing out there. That was intended for Caden Sisson.
Yeah, I think that ball was underthrown, and both the defender and the receiver said, "Oh crap," and tried to come back for it. And just
couldn't step into that throw. Yeah. That was Kendall Walker there.
And boy, that makes a huge difference when a quarterback cannot get that front plant foot where he wants it.
And now this is a give to
That's Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy, they are. You look at that defensive front for the Monarchs there with Higgins and Walker and Balthazar. They're getting some pressure up front, which is kind of causing some of this problems offensively for the Panthers.
Look like Shoemaker was up on the stop, coming from his linebacker spot. Like you said, when that defensive line, even if they're not making the stop, if they're taking up all the blockers, that keeps the linebackers free to make plays.
So tight set on this flex bone. There's going to be a pitch to a nice job there by number 22. He wouldn't go down. He was hitting the backfield but kept going.
Yeah, Logan Baldwin did a nice job spreading that play out for the Monarchs, but he just kept fighting to the outside.
And Hrenek kept his feet moving and got a pretty good gain there on third down. Makes this 4th and about 3, it looks like, right around midfield. This is...
Boy, it looks like they're going for it. I mean,
no question. They're going.
Wait, is there a timeout? I thought he. All right.
Yeah. Clock stopped. 7:36. So now, just one receiver split out wide for Hanchett. Going to give to Rodriguez, and
there's that much of Monarchs there. That's going to be Nike short.
Kendall Walker was the. What came from the nose guard position. I think he hit Rodriguez first, but then a whole herd of Monarchs there to bring him down.
Yeah, you watched Rodriguez in, tried to lay the ball over, but he was clearly stopped.
Yeah.
So, that was exactly right. That was a herd of Monarchs.
I think there's going to be tough sledding for Phillipsburg to run right up against. Higgins is 280 pounds. Walker's 260, Balthazar's 220 up front. They're all, 6'2", 6'3", so that may not be where Phillipsburg wants to run the ball. So now 1st and 10 for TMP, good field position. Looking to throw. There's Schumacher's got some time. Going to put it up in the air, and it's brought down, knocked down Caden Dinkle. I think he got out. He just mistimed his jump on that.
Yeah.
And did all he could do to swat the ball away.
I think Babcock is maybe the Panther got his hand in there, but you're right. Just had trouble locating the ball and deciding what he wanted to do with it. But they're clearly on the TMP is saying we're going to have some vertical stretch in here. We're not going to let you get away with just jamming up the box.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Monarchs at the 49-yard line of Phillipsburg. Becker in motion. This is Shoemaker with the ball up the middle. He's going to get about 3, maybe 4 yards, just shy of the 45-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and about 6.
Looked like Meidel, the nose guard, in on the stop there.
They're doing a good job just with their 3-man front.
Yeah, they really are. Like I said, a fun game because the clock is rolling. There's a lot of action. We're not, have a lot of stoppages in play. And neither team is executing the passing game well yet, but it may just be getting used to the wind and the surroundings.
There's Schumacher on the option. Has it to Gerstner off the right side. He gets across the 40. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Let's see where they spot this. I think just shy. Boy, Shoemaker took a hit if you look on this replay.
Yeah. Well, Rodriguez is one of the guys on the hit, and Rodriguez is a big boy. That's a 200.
It looked like Seams hit the quarterback, Shoemaker, made him make that decision maybe a little quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah, Seth Keaton also helps on the stop.
So 4th and 1. TMP able to stop Phillipsburg on their 4th down, and now
if you're Peaburg, this is the time to use your long count if you're going to do it.
So up to the line of scrimmage is TMP.
Just a 3-man front.
Yep, this is going to give to Gerstner up the middle. He's got the 1st down and plenty more up to about the 36-yard line. Yeah, that was just, we're gonna lean on our offensive line, our big boys up front. And
yeah, it looked like Jordan Taylor on the stop. Taylor's an offensive lineman that spots in a little bit on defense. So
they pulled the tackle in. That was I hadn't seen that. They pulled the tackle in and just kind of led right up the middle of between the gaps there by the center. So 1st and 10 for the Monarchs. Brown in motion, looking to throw again, Schumacher. And he's got a man out there. There's a penalty flag down, and there was a lot of contact. That ball was behind him, but you get that sometimes when the ball's behind you. You don't you may be playing the person, not the ball.
Yeah, Colin Springs and Caden Sisson were back on defense, but it doesn't look like they're really playing the ball either. It makes it hard to it makes it easier to make that call.
So pass interference on the Panthers. This will be a 1st down for the Monarchs, and now they're
this is not a spot foul. Yeah. It's a yardage foul in high school.
So 21-yard line. This is good field position again for TMP. This is the second time they've kind of been deep in the Panther territory. Last time we seen Phillipsburg kind of switch to a 4-man front. Let's see what they do this time, Joe.
Yeah, they got in closer. You're right.
Just staying in their 3-man front. So now Shoemaker taking off the right side, sidesteps a man and takes it down to about the 18-yard line.
Cole Keaton in on the stop for the Panthers. Like I said, it looked like he shucked. I think it might have been Hall he shucked out there. Yeah, he kind of gave him a little, almost a dead leg there. So for all that work, though, didn't gain much, but they're still close to being on schedule. They want to stay on schedule.
7-10 now. K-State on the board. So.
Yeah, so not
I
big.
Told you I didn't want any updates, and then I looked at my phone and seen it. So Gerstner up the middle, and he gets close to the 25-yard line.
Look like Seth Keaton in on the stop there.
Gerstner, just a freshman, runs pretty hard there from that fullback position.
Yes, that's impressive when you have a freshman play fullback, because at that fullback spot, you're in on a lot of violence, just whether it's running the ball, blocking, you're usually on some big hits. Rollins County leads Quinter 12-0 midway through the first quarter.
So 3rd down and 4. We're just 4:35 to go before halftime. Now this is Gerstner again on the carry. It's going to be just a couple yards short, though. It'll be 4th down and maybe and 2, it looks like.
Looks like
maybe 3.
Might have been in on the stop there. But this is a down and distance that's achievable. I mean, they're still close enough to on schedule.
They bring
and the thing is, if you would get stopped, your field position is still valuable.
So they bring in another defensive lineman, be more of a 4-4 front now for Phillipsburg. So 4th and 2 for TMP. And they got him to go. Nice job. That's when you go on to. That's right
exactly.
there on a 4th and 2.
Exactly.
Get that free 5 yards and a free 1st down.
Yeah.
Nice job up front of just
and the offensive linemen held their water. That's not as easy as one might think.
Nope. So now this will be 1st and goal just inside the 9-yard line for TMP.
Great Bend and Liberal tied 7-all at the end of the first quarter.
So now Becker in motion. Now this is Shoemaker with the carry. Gets a couple yards. Boy, Phillipsburg's done a good job of kind of containing him.
Right. He had a couple blockers out in front of him, but Keaton kind of shot underneath from his linebacker position to make that stop.
So get 2 yards. So 2nd down and goal from the 7.
Shilohn's the number 1 team in 6-man. They lead Western Plains Healy 46-0. Still in the first quarter, so that one's going to get called at some point.
So 2nd down and goal. The ball's on the ground.
Well, yeah, it looked like
nice job.
It looked like it hit the motion man.
Yeah, Shoemaker did a nice job alertly getting on that ball.
Yeah, because that's not what anyone expected there.
That boy, they kind of got lucky. Yeah, hit the motion man, went forward, hit a lineman, and came back to Shoemaker. And so they're going to take a timeout here. Phillipsburg's going to take a timeout. So we'll take it with them. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drugstore. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. Big third down play here for TMP. 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. But they're fortunate to recover their fumble. And
Yeah, that ball bounced right back. It could have been bad. 4-man front for Phillipsburg.
now in motion is Becker. This is Shoemaker off the right side. He's going to keep it. Going to get close to the goal line. Going to come up just a yard short, though. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1.
E.J. Hall on the stop for the Panthers. But like you said, you got a chance to score a touchdown here. If somehow you get stopped, you're giving the Panthers 99 yards to cover, too.
And just 2 minutes to do it, and they have not ran many plays.
Yes, that is exactly right. Hey, got to score number 3 team in 8-man Division 2, Victoria 16, Wallace County 0. I think they're playing that in Sharon Springs.
So 4th and goal from the 1. So just 1:40 left to go. And it looks like TMP is going to call a timeout. So we're going to take a quick look at some of the scores here on the Nex-Tech Wireless scoreboard. Kind of get you updated on some of the games going on. It's been flying by here this first half. So, Wichita County over Meade. Meade's pretty good 8-man team.
Yes,
So,
that's a good matchup. But just Wichita County has just had a line of stud athletes going through there.
So we got Victoria over Wallace County and St. John's Tipton over Lakeside. Lakeside, we had them last week against Thunder Ridge, and it was a shootout.
Boy, old school, yeah.
92-52. It was nuts. Norton up 12-0 on Beloit. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I expect that to be a good game, but not a shutout by the Blue Jays.
Smith Center up a couple touchdowns. Plainville up a couple touchdowns. So here we go. 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. Big play, biggest play of the game so far here. This is Shoemaker. The ball goes over his head, and he's brought down in the backfield. Boy, just unlucky there for the Monarchs. Boy, that snap went right over the top of his head.
Yeah,
he got a hand on it, but by the time he picked that up, Chris, just nothing to do.
And Shoemaker's done a nice job tonight handling most of the quarterback duties, but you wonder maybe if the inexperience didn't bite him a little bit there. I
think maybe he just took his eyes off that ball because it was there, it looked like. So
yeah. Looked like Rodriguez might have been the first Panther there of several. So
1:32 to go first half, and I think this is the third time Phillipsburg's touched the ball. And there's a give to Rodriguez, and boy, he was met in the backfield. Walker was there. He about took the handoff. That was dangerous there.
Really good penetration there by the Monarchs.
And they've had it all night. They've kind of messed up that mesh point between the fullback and Hanchett, the quarterback. And so,
yeah, and I don't know if Phillipsburg has any injuries on their offensive line. Their offensive line did a decent job against Norton. So
yeah,
and maybe just give the TMP kids credit. They're doing a nice job line of scrimmage.
And there's a give to Rodriguez, and he's brought down that Shoemaker.
Yeah,
good tackle there by Shoemaker. So,
and that's the way you want to hit Rodriguez. Yeah. I wouldn't take him on at the shoulder level. I'd cut his legs. Looks like I got a timeout.
Yep. So timeout for TMP. I think we still got some scores left up. We didn't get quite through them all. So try to finish those up for you, kind of get you updated. And we got Hayes up a couple scores on Dodge. Colby up on Goodland and Garden City up on Ulysses. Now you're, like you said, Great Bend and Liberal tied. So that's
Manhattan Big Dog and Eastern Kansas up on Junction City 7-0. I got this off Twitter. Golden Plains leads Tri-Plains Brewster 32-0. And, Hayes High, they had a nice start to their season until they ran into Manhattan. I think maybe the Manhattan's the real deal.
Yeah. They've their running back, Malik Ball, was hurt. He's been hurt for a couple. I don't know if he's back tonight, but the Dodge City, the Western Athletic Conference, pretty good conference. Liberals, a lot more, they were undefeated so far. And, Great Bend's improved too. So, So third down here and 7. This is Hanchett just going to keep it off the right side. He's going to have enough for the first down and lowers his head. He gets out of bounds at the 26-yard line, 27. So
Isaac Puritan helped escort him out of bounds there at the end of that play.
Yeah. So, TMP was hoping maybe they get the ball back here before half. Now 44 seconds to go. Still no score here, 0-0. It's been a quick moving half for sure.
Yeah, but that's interesting that 40. We've had 40 minutes of actual time, and we're just about out of first half.
And there's a fumble, and did Hanchett get back on? Looks like he did get back on it. I think maybe, the center there, Cole Shelton, just a sophomore. He's looking at these big guys across him. He's looking at Kendall Walker, who's kind of been in the backfield all game, and maybe just didn't get that snap up.
Yeah, maybe didn't get short-armed it a little bit.
Trying to get his arms up to get a piece of Walker.
Yeah, and that's hard when you're the center. The guard and tackle, they have capacity to use both arms. So
now 10 seconds to go first half. This is going to be the last play of the half, and Hanchett, this is kind of a counter play, but nice job.
That's Hrenik, and that was it. They scored on that play.
Yeah.
They scored on that play against Norton.
Yeah, fake the pitch and goes underneath to Hrenik, but nice job of Balthazar of staying home and making the tackle, and that is the end of the first half. Boy, it flew by, Chris, but no points on the board, 0-0, TMP and Phillipsburg at the half. We'll be back after just a quick break. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juneman, and Coombs Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drug Store. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juneman, and Coombs Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. We're here at halftime at Lewis Field on the campus of Fort Hays State University, where we're tied at 0-0 between Phillipsburg and TMP. And so we got the TMP band playing here at halftime. It's Military Appreciation Night, and so a lot of festivities going on here at halftime, Chris. But boy, we didn't see a whole lot on the field. A lot of action, but no scoring.
Yeah, amazing first half. They didn't run out of bounds much. Weren't very many incomplete passes. Just a whole lot of running the ball between the out of bounds lines. And TMP, to their credit, possessed the ball a lot.
Yes.
Phillipsburg, I mean, wasn't tremendously effective, but they just didn't have a lot of opportunities either. Coming this game tonight, both teams there was a little bit of desperation on both sidelines. That if you want to advance in district play, this is a must-win game. Right. At the top of this district right now is Beloit and Norton, and they're going to be tough to beat. Although both teams will have chances against at least one of those schools, But yeah, both teams coming out and showing a lot of feistiness on the defensive side of the ball. Both teams run a very similar flexible offense, and maybe
which could contribute to why we're didn't see any scoring is that they're kind of mirror images of each other offensively. So,
and like I said, Shoemaker's done a nice job moving into the quarterback spot. He had the one ball time where down there at the goal line, it looked like he fumbled a good snap, but other than that, he's done a nice job piloting the Monarch attack. And like I said, Phillipsburg just hadn't had the ball much.
Right. Yeah, TMP moved it. They were down, in the red zone at least twice and had 4th and 1 from the 1 yard line, just not able to punch it in. But Phillipsburg just not that successful, and a lot of that is up front for the Monarchs they're kind of living in the backfield, and that's when you have that disruption up front in that flex bone, it just kind of throws the rhythm off. It throws if you can't run the fullback, then it's hard to run outside, and so it just messes
you're
up
getting that kind
whole
of penetration. I mean, you can't even really pull and do things like that. Evan Balthazar, 6'2", 220 senior. Colton Hagen's a 6'3", 280 senior. Kendall Walker, a 5'10", 260 senior. Those guys are earning their keep tonight, as the interior lineman for the Monarchs.
Yeah, for sure. And, Phillipsburg deferred the opening kickoff, so they are going to get the start here in the second half and maybe get going in the second half, but not, I don't think they were in TMP territory at all that first half.
Right.
Or maybe, I think they got close, but I don't think they ever got into TMP territory. So 0-0 the score here. So quick, what'd you got, 41 minutes there? First half?
41-minute first half. The first quarter was 17 minutes of actual time, and TMP, remember, had it all but like 2 or 3 plays, and they had an incomplete pass right at the end of the first quarter. It looked like they may eat up the entire first quarter on one drive. There wasn't a block punt or nothing crazy like that. That was just one drive where they just kept pounding away. And they had and they passed it just often enough to keep Phillipsburg honest, I think, but it was just just slowly, methodically, and give them credit for executing under tough circumstances. We were talking about who the starting lineup was. They've moved some kids around, so kids aren't, they're missing some kids, and that also means some other kids have slid into new positions, and they haven't let that bother them because this is a good Phillipsburg team.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we got some updates here on our Nex-Tech scoreboard, and at Golden Plains all over Brewster there, and Russell up 13-0 on Ellsworth. Ellsworth was the one that beat Beloit early. So
yes.
That's an interesting score. And there, Meade's got a couple touchdowns now, still trailing Wichita County 30-14. Hugoton all over Cimarron. Yeah, the St. John's Tipton, that was 6-0 to Lakeside. They had scored 52 last week. Ellis with a 13-0 lead over Oakley there, and Smith Center up 3 scores on Republic County. Plainville up a couple scores. Norton's up a couple scores. That's kind of an interesting game.
I'm surprised Beloit's been shut out because Beloit seems to have some good things going. And also, we weren't going to check it, but we still got to check. Oklahoma State leads K-State 10-7 late in the second.
Colby up on Goodland. They're Garden City up on Ulysses. Great Bend and Liberal still got that 7-7 there. And Hayes still up 14-0 on Dodge. Manhattan over Junction City. So
Hayes High may be getting a little momentum back now. They won last week against Ulysses. Dodge City is. I thought I saw something about they lost 2 of their last 3. This might have been, and you're on the road, and that conference is always tough on the road. So.
Right. Yeah, and so it'll be, the Western Athletic Conference, there'll be a fight for that, coming down Liberal, and if Liberal's got to get through Great Bend tonight, they're in a battle there. Great Bend's not easy, and Garden City's tough. They beat Hayes in overtime, so they've got to win. So it's always interesting there in the Western Athletic Conference for sure. And this district is going to be tough. Hey, if Russell's beating Ellsworth is ranked, so that's a big shock. So.
Well, and looking back, Russell's 3-2 on the season. 1-1 in districts. They look like they have an extra chance to advance, but you obviously want to be as close to the top as you can, so that way when you cross bracket, you don't end up with someone's number 1 or number 2 seed.
Yeah, and I'm not for sure who they would play or where they're cross bracketing at, but yeah, this district's going to be tough. Beloit's, they've had a good run here. They've been to the state finals, state semifinals here the last couple of years. So, and then Norton is kind of, they lost a lot, so it's kind of a little surprise that they're
right.
5-0,
Yeah, they lost their entire offensive line, and they're a passing team. And sometimes passing, you don't have to be necessarily real physical, but just that idea of picking up blitzes and passing off blitzers and doing some of those things. That they're doing the right things in their JV or whatever. But the Blue Jays appear in what they were winning tonight. They were beating Beloit, right?
Yep.
And like I said, Beloit had won 3 in a row after losing to 2 ranked teams earlier in the season. So. Like I said, this is going to be a really good district.
Yeah. What do you see here coming out this second half? What Peeber's going to get the ball, but what?
I think this first. I mean, it's cliche to say that, but I really believe in this instance, this first possession of the second half is really big for Peeberg.
Yeah.
They didn't run that many plays, so the play sheet should have a lot of things on there that look attractive.
Yep.
But at the same time, as long as, TMP has got to feel like we have a great boost of confidence here that we came in this game, we're kind of beat up. We knew that the Phillipsburg is a physical running team. They got a big 222-pound fullback. So this first drive, if they can force a punt or a turnover,
they get some field position and
Yep. But conversely, if Phillipsburg would come out and just drive it down the Monarch's throat, it might be kind of crushing from a morale standpoint. But because of how courageously they played the first half.
Well, any score in this game right now is going to be big.
Yeah, this is totally opposite of what you had last week. Where
complete opposite.
Yeah, those guys last week, every time you looked up, there's somebody else scored.
Right. Yeah, last week was 92-52. And we about ran out of bulbs on the scoreboard to fit all the scores, and now we're at 0-0. So, yeah, a very contrasting game. And so, any score here is going to be big because I don't think neither of these teams are really, quick scoring or high powered.
Right.
I mean, it's a working down the field type of deal. So, we'll see who comes out with the intensity. It looks like just looking coming out the second half, a lot of energy over here by TMP, and that's kind of what they were. I think their coach was referencing in the scouting report is that they need that energy. They got a lot of kids banged up, but they need to keep that energy high, and it seems like they come out with that. So, Phillipsburg, they're going to get this ball, start this second half.
You got to wonder if Phillipsburg may do a little play action passing or do something to get it to the perimeter more because the interior of the TMP line, like I said, those big boys up there have held up nicely. It looks like a 5-2, 5-3 look, so the box is pretty loaded.
Right.
So, you can either attack the perimeter or try to go over the top. And I would think that Peeberg's built a little more to go to the perimeter.
Yep. So 2 minutes here to go before the kickoff, and special teams play too. Like if you got special teams, I mean that kind of makes the difference in tight games is if who can really take advantage. That's the third phase of this football game that sometimes you don't spend a whole lot of time practicing, especially if you only got like 20 kids out if you're TMP. You only got 20 healthy bodies.
And you're not going to go real live. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. I mean, you might go to the thud at the most because if you're practicing your full speed special teams, whether you're setting up your walls or wedges or whatever. That's when kids get big hits, and I mean at TMP they're at the point where we don't want to lose any of our freshmen. We don't want to lose anybody. We need all of our guys here. So, and we got to give the TMP kids credit. They had 2 kids come out and play the halftime show with the band. So they're getting the most out of their student athletes here.
Yeah, well-rounded student body for sure, coming out and helping out with the band, and now going back and helping out the football team. So,
we counted 21 suited out for the game. So, those 2 kids may end up contributing at some point to the outcome of this game. This isn't a deal where you have 45 kids suited out, and you probably weren't going to play anyhow. So,
So we'll see. Set to kick this off. Logan Ballman for the Monarchs. He averages about 32 yards per kickoff, and returning for the Panthers, I got down here Caden Sisson and Ryan Babcock. I
tell you what, I've watched a lot of 8-man games this year for different reasons.
Yep.
And a lot of 8-man teams don't do the big booming kickoff unless you get the end zone because it's too dangerous. But it's nice to see the 11-man games where you actually see a return set up and the whole 9 yards.
But I don't think, Phillipsburg didn't kick it deep when they did. So let's see. This is a deep kick, and this will be Sisson at the 17-yard line, taking it clear across the field to the right side, and he tripped up and lunges ahead to about the 31-yard line.
I think that might have been Evan Balthazar, that got the first piece of him, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. But that shows you, though, that that TMP's kind of thin.
Yeah.
That's a kid typically wouldn't have covering a kickoff.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
sure.
obviously the kid's a good athlete, but I mean, just you don't want those kids having to do 50-yard sprints.
And then come play defensive line.
Yes.
So 1st and 10 here for Phillipsburg. Now, look at this, trips really tight in, 2 tights.
Yeah, that's it.
And now this is ball's on the ground, and Hanchett got back on top of it. Boy, just nothing there.
Well,
up front. And I don't think it was on the ground. I just think he was nowhere to go.
Yeah, Evan Balthazar looked like it was the first one that got to his ankles, perhaps.
Oh, no, it was on the ground.
Oh, did it bounce right back up to him?
Yeah.
Fortunate for the Panthers.
That's when you're playing on this turf here. You get a nice little bounce. But no gain. And 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. Now this is Hanchett on the carry. Going to pitch it off. He's got some room. This is Burrish, and he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And that's kind of what they need to do.
Yes, they got to get to the perimeter because that's a car wreck there in the middle. Look like Caden Dinkle and Kendall Walker on the stop. But, I mean, you can try to trap. You can try to do some things like that. But it's so tight. I mean, the splits don't even look like they're very big.
No, and they are getting, TMP is getting a lot of pressure up front. Now they're
late substitution.
TMP was moving guys around. 2 tight end set. Boy, they come out real tight here for the Panthers. This is give to Rodriguez a couple yards there. That's it. Just 2 on 1st down.
Yeah, like I said, looked like a herd of Monarchs there up on the stop, and that to bring down Rodriguez, you're going to have to rally guys to the ball carrier. But that's why I'm kind of surprised Hanchett's not pulling that more, and either pitching or keeping himself. And what you could do with Hanchett's a good athlete is he could pull that and then have that tailback lead up on the defensive end and just keep it yourself.
Still working out of this tight formation. Everybody's up at the line of scrimmage. Now motion is out, and this is a give to Rodriguez. I think they wanted to see how TMP would react to that, and Horenik went out and went up the field.
Looked like Balthazar might have been on the bottom of that pile to help stop that up. But like you said, that might have been a future reference thing. Yeah. When the motion goes that way, sometimes when there's motion, teams will switch over a half man on that. Well, it didn't look like the TMP switched at all. So now
it's 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. Still a tight formation out of the flex bone.
They walked a linebacker up.
Bresh. Now Hanchett going to keep it himself, and he's going to have a first down. Tough run there by Hanchett. Gets across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. It'll be first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, like I said, though, you're getting a little closer to the edge now. I mean, he's out there about, he cut it back, but it's about the 5-hole. So.
That was a good block there by Rodriguez. He blocked Higgins. He had the fake, and then he kept it and had a block. So
looked like Eli Stein was on the stop. Looked like he was coming out, and they said, "No, you made the stop. Stay out there, son."
Yeah, they're kind of rotating their defensive ends.
Well, and that's probably smart if your kids are just a little undersized or young, maybe rotate them and keep them fresh.
So now this is Hrenek in motion, and they give to Rodriguez, and he's got a
boy,
he's a load to bring down.
Yeah, that's a wrecking ball there, folks.
So that's probably a 7-yard gain. There is a flag down, though, and see, that's usually thrown by the white hat. That's going to be a holding call.
Looked like that might have been Ryan Casey at the bottom of that pile for the Monarchs.
Yeah, Rodriguez is a load, though.
Well, and Peeberg's missed the opportunity to do that in the first half because he didn't have the ball much.
Trying to figure out what this is here. Still having discussion. Quite the conversation.
Yeah, that is odd.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to pick this up. Nope.
Okay, I got Smith Center. Go ahead.
He got his mic on? No. Personal foul, face mask against Phillipsburg. So it's even worse than a holding call. It's a personal foul.
Yeah, and this is good news for the Monarchs because, like I said, Peeberg, they don't probably need to stay on schedule quite as much as TMP does, but they're not really built to – this isn't a Norton team that's going to just load it up in the air. So,
boy, Oklahoma State with an interception and a return for a touchdown. Whew, that game's not good, Chris.
No, not at all.
And this is a give to Rodriguez, and he's stopped there by Balthazar. Just a couple yards on a first down. Now it's second down and 20.
Speaking of our district, this is a non-district game for Russell. They trailed Ellsworth 13-7. I bet you had a more recent score than that.
Well, I think it was switched, but maybe it said 13-0 Russell, but maybe it was just transposed at that point. So second down and 18.
Yeah, that looks like the Ellsworth AD that's tweeting that.
And this is Hanchett just going to keep it off the right side. He's strung out. Nice job there by Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Coming around and taking out the legs of Hanchett. He doesn't get any. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It'll be third down and 18.
Some good fundamental tackling by the Monarchs tonight. I mean, Hanchett's not nearly quite as big as Rodriguez, but still he's a pretty good-sized kid. I mean, we're talking Hanchett is 6 foot 200. That's not a small kid.
So third down and 18. Hanchett looking to throw. Got some time, and boy, he unloads that pass, and it's 5 yards past his receiver. Boy, you can see that arm strength though by Hanchett, and now it'll be fourth down. Boy, they got Phillipsburg their first time in the TMP territory. Didn't last long, and now they're got a 4th and 18.
Boy, that was a huge penalty at the time that hit. And Monarchs should have decent field position. I don't think they're going to get pinned deep, so that's a big outcome for them.
Yeah, if this is Shoemaker back here. Oh, and almost blocked. The big guy up front, Walker, about got that punt.
Well, like you said, we haven't had a lot of special teams plays, to be honest, so they haven't had much impact yet. We've had a lot of teams just pounding at each other in the middle of the field. So
that was Ballman back to receive the punt. He's a defensive end, and they moved him back to receive the punt. So,
well, like I said, just because you don't. I mean, Shoemaker's touching the ball a lot on offense. Yeah. He was returning kicks. I mean, you may want to just limit his exposure just a bit. he's not a huge kid himself.
No, he's not. 5'7", 165.
Right. I mean, he's a senior, but still, that's not. I mean, so.
So 1st and 10 here. This is the first possession for TMP in this second half. In motion, this is going to be a give to Gerstner up the middle and just a couple yards. That's it.
Yeah, it looks like Meidel on the stop from his nose tackle position.
Yep.
Nothing else bad happened down Norman, is it? Gosh, or not Norman, I mean Stillwater.
Yeah, it's bad.
27, yikes.
It's bad. A pick six. They had Oklahoma State had a field goal and make it the 13-6, and then they had a pick six. So
I may not be able to go home tonight. My wife may be so angry that.
So that was 2nd down and 8 for the Monarchs. This is going to be Shoemaker just going to carry it. He's going to pitch it off to that's Gerstner, the fullback, and he's close to a 1st down.
Yeah, brought down out there by number 23. That's dadgummit, got my sheet on the wrong side.
Baresh.
Yeah. Blake Baresh.
Shoemaker kind of slow to get up. Looks like he's got a, like he's getting.
Boy, this is a tough spot for him to be hurt because it's 3rd and short here. Yeah. But who do you have that can take a snap here?
Right, right.
So
looked just run behind the big guys up front. We'll see. Twins to the left side of Shoemaker out of the shotgun. Now it's Brown in motion. Going to string it off to the left side. Shoemaker cuts up. He's going to have a 1st down, and he's getting close to midfield. But that was Shoemaker the whole time. He's just going to go get this.
He just put it on his shoulder, said, I'm going to do it. He got some nice blocking out in front of him. Looked like Hanchett on the stop, quarterback on quarterback there. But guy said they're doing a nice job getting it down the perimeter now. And they're mixing up their attack. I mean, you say, well, it all looks the same. Well, no, they're doing some dives to left, dives right, getting some sweeps, running some option. Because, if they're selling out to hit the quarterback, he's going to pitch. And then you might have a one-on-one out here on the edge.
So 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line, 5:13 to go.
Once again, eating up the clock.
Yep. Now, Becker in motion, going to throw. He's got a man open. This is Dinkle, and he hits him down to the 15. He gets tackled at the 12-yard line. Good throw there by Shoemaker. Caden Dinkle on the reception.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Let's watch the replay here.
Yeah, nice throw there by Shoemaker. Hit him right in stride, and Dinkle takes it down to they're going to mark it at the 13-yard line. So now the 3rd time now TMP is in the red zone, come up empty the first 2 times. And this is Shoemaker. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Hanchett out there.
You may not have seen that. I had a little wisp of steam coming out of my ears. I couldn't do the math real quick. That's a 40-yard pass, looks like to me. So, but, yeah, that's a negative yardage on that play. So, we got to have something to talk about in the post game. So I'm like, if we got a big play, we got to write this sucker down.
Right. 2nd and 13 now.
And this is TMP's done this most game. They're pretty deliberate in the huddle. They're taking their time. Like I said, some of that's they have some kids in different positions.
So 2nd and 13 now. This is Becker in motion, and Gerstner with the ball. He keeps running, keeps his head down.
Boy, he ran through a couple of tackles there.
Gets to the 10, but this is going to come back, I think. Yeah, illegal shift. And I think that may be Becker on that shift. Not for sure how that was illegal, but I don't know if he was going forward by the time they snapped it. Maybe it was just the timing was off. New people in different positions.
Yes, and it's nice to have some motion and some shifting because it helps dictate sometimes. You can see what the defense is trying to do when you shift. And other times you're just trying to get them to move over a half man or it may just be, hey, if we can motion this right, we can pull that stud linebacker out of the middle of the box or something.
Now 2nd and 18. And this is going to be a throw. Shoemaker looking to throw. He's got some time, and Boy, and he threw that in the crowd, and he had his receiver out there. That's Alder Brown, and in and out of his hands, boy.
Yeah, he did throw it in traffic. It's not a real pretty delivery. It's kind of a little short delivery, but it's fairly effective. I mean, the 40-yard pass was an effective throw.
So now 3rd and 18. Looking at 2 plays here to get the first down. So,
boy, we haven't seen TMP run anything like a screen pass tonight.
Right.
You got to wonder if
they're not. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I just said that they may not be equipped to run that type of play, but you got to wonder if TMP or if Phillipsburg may turn up the heat a little bit here.
Yeah, they really haven't. Phillipsburg hasn't blitzed at all tonight. They just kind of sit back and reading the defense. Now Shoemaker rolling out, going to throw it up in the air to Dinkle, and it's broken up. Nice job. That's Seth Keaton out there on the coverage, a linebacker. He didn't look back for the ball, but I think he did a nice job of getting his hands up right at the right time.
Right, and that's a real hard technique to learn as a high school kid because you know he can't spend hours and hours, but what he's got to be doing is looking at the eyes, looking at the hands coming up to know when to do that, and that's not easy to do.
So now 4th and 18, and you figure TMP's going to throw this ball up in the air again. I was wondering if that was just a play where maybe Shoemaker could just, find a lane and get some yards. But
on 3rd down, that would have been nice because if you get half of it, then maybe you can get the second half here. But now it's going to be hard. That's a 21 yards, a lot to get timeout.
Yeah, they were just slow getting that play in, and this is a big play, 4th and 18. Again, this is the 3rd time TMP's been in this, red zone, and still, this is a big conversion that they've been 0 for 2 so far, and this one is a steep hill to climb.
Yes, Victoria is laying the wood to Sharon Springs, 38-0. I'm going to guess that's in the 3rd quarter.
Let's take a look at some of the scores here on our Nex-Tech scoreboard. Get you updated on scores around the area. Yeah, Ellsworth 19, Russell 14 at halftime. In Wichita County all over Meade. There's Lakeside. They finally put some points on the board there.
They used up all the good plays last week, maybe.
Yeah. It probably wore out.
Yeah.
Ellis is still up on Oakley, and Smith Center all over Republic County. Plainville up big on Syracuse at halftime. Norton Beloit's at halftime, 12-0. And Hoisington up big on Lakin.
That's tough for old Oakley. That wasn't that long ago. They made a decent run in the playoffs.
Colby shutting out Goodland, and Garden City extends their lead on Ulysses. Now Liberals up 14-7 at halftime, and Hayes is up 20-6 at halftime. So big 4th down here for TMP. 4th and 18. There's Becker in motion, looking to throw. Shoemaker kind of under pressure, steps up, throws it towards the end zone, and it's in and out of the hands. Good coverage, though, by Ryan Babcock. It's a contested catch, but Dinkle unable to come down with it. It'll be a turnover on downs, a 3rd one TMP's had inside that red zone.
That was decent design. It was just one guy in coverage, and it was he had a 50-50 chance of making the play and just wasn't able to bring it down.
So now, Phillipsburg survives again, and we'll see what they can do. They just have not been able to get anything going offensively. And they've come out on this tight set off this flex bone. And the ball's on the ground. It looks like TMP's got it. Yeah, just a bunch of a bunch of penetration up front, and it's causing all sorts of problems with that offense of Phillipsburg.
Wow, Big Mo is on the side of the Monarchs right now. But if you're TMP, you really got to punch a sucker in, though. When you can't keep knocking on the door and come away empty-handed. Do they have a field goal kicker they trust?
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Well, and like you say, be honest, you're short with kids. It's hard to find a specialist when you're probably going to use all your athletes on the line of scrimmage.
Now, a flag here. We've got illegal substitution. And so, boy, again, you just get behind that sticks. It's just not where TMP wants to be.
You almost got to wonder here, you drop back and throw it, and just the idea just, flood the corners, try to open up the middle and let Shoemaker try to run the ball right here and get back on schedule, get a 5-7 yard gain here.
Yeah. So now 1st and 15. I mean, you're still looking at 4 down territory here. So
yeah,
just get it back, get 4 yards. You just need 4 yards per play. A TMP is in a little different formation. This is
it is
kind of a wing T.
That's exactly what I'd say. Wing T, yeah.
And there's a give to Gerstner, it looks like.
Looked like Seth Keaton on the stop for the Panthers. Yeah, some mass substitution here. Looks like they ran on 3, maybe 4 people there.
So 2nd down, maybe 13. Yeah, it just showed a little different offense than, it wasn't something either that I had seen Grant run at Plainville either.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, like you said, he may have used up a lot of what he had on his play sheet at work because they have run a ton of plays tonight.
And this is an option to the left side. The pitch to, that was 26. That's Elijah Lang. And he maybe got a yard.
Yeah, it looked like Cole Keaton was on the first one on the hit there. Also, might have been Seth Keaton, too.
Yeah, Caden Sisson as well outside there with a tackle. So 3rd down and 12. And Monarchs need some yards here on 3rd down. Back to the flex bone set. And this is just Shoemaker going to carry it off the right side. He's got some room to the 20.
Wow.
And he's going to get into the end zone for the score. Griffin Shoemaker just taking the ball and getting in. And finally, TMP's able to punch one in.
Yeah, and he just they faked the dive. They weren't really watching the dive that closely because of the down in distance. Yeah. But it looked like he got a nice block out there, maybe by a wide receiver. Someone got him a hole there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Dinkle out there with a nice block, and that was Shoemaker was just going to keep that the whole time. And 25-yard touchdown run or 22-yard? Yeah, 22. Now look for the wing T formation, and Shoemaker is going to lean forward, and he does get in for the 2-point conversion, which could be big. And now TMP's up 8-0. You see Coach down there, Coach Stevenson, pumping his fist, and he's excited.
And I tell you what, the Phillipsburg has run some plays in the 3rd quarter, but the Monarchs have just possessed the ball. If we had a time of possession meter here, it would be mostly Monarchs. And it was really big though they scored on this possession because you can't, all that field position only works if you score once in a while.
So now we talked about that big, a score really is big in this game, especially when the offenses are not, they're not a quick score offense, and it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle for Phillipsburg all night.
Right, and it will be interesting to see if, like I said, Phillipsburg hasn't run a lot of plays. Their playbook's not based around a lot of razzle-dazzle, though.
Running a guy on late here for the kickoff team. Back deep for Phillipsburg will be Caden Sisson and Ryan Babcock. Ballman to kick this. And it's a nice bounce there. Babcock with the return, and he's going to get it to about the 29-yard line. But the fumble by Phillipsburg leads for a touchdown for TMP, and we got our first score of the game with 1:27 left the 3rd quarter. 8-0 TMP over Phillipsburg.
Alder Brown looked like was in on the stop there. A decent kickoff return gets the ball back to the 29-yard line to start this drive for the Panthers. I'm sure they'd like to get some points.
Boy, the wide receivers are set out wide. And now
making a 9-on-9 game.
Well, that's a quick handoff to Rodriguez there up the middle. Get 4 yards, so gets them on schedule.
Yep. Looked like that was Shoemaker on the stop there.
Looks like they're rotating some guys in. TMP is on that defensive front. And this is Rodriguez again with just a couple yards.
Yeah, he ran into the back of his blocker. That took some of his momentum away.
Yep.
And as a fullback though, that's a lot of times those kids that are fullbacks. They want to hit somebody, but It's like don't hit somebody in your colors.
They're just lowering their head. They're going to hit anything in their way. So now 3rd down and 3 for Phillipsburg. They just have not had the ball a lot tonight. And this is Hanchett. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. Angles out to the left side across midfield and brought down at the 44-yard line. Good run there by Trace Hanchett.
Brought down by Ryan Casey. Nice read there. I don't know if that was necessarily a read option, but he did a nice job of giving that same look. Rodriguez dive, pulls it out, and then finds the seam.
So now just 10 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter.
Wow. This game is rolling.
Yeah. They're going to get a snap off. And they do. And this is just a counter.
Looked like they tried to pull a guard in it, but it was just all balled up. There was nowhere to go.
And there really hasn't all night. That was Balthazar in there, Walker again in there. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter where we finally got some points on the board. TMP leads 8-0 here from Lewis Field. We'll be back in a second. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1, where we've got a 3rd down and 6 for Phillipsburg. This is probably the furthest they've had in the TMP territory. Just start here this 4th quarter. 8-0 our score. TMP with the lead.
Hanchett looks like it's a bigger part of the offense here right now. That's maybe spurred the Panthers on.
That's Baresh in motion. He goes back to where he started from. And again in motion, and this is going to be a counter. And he's stuffed out and met in the backfield. Ballman there, Balthazar there. That's a big loss on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've seen that counter to Horenick before, and that was also on film from the Norton game, and it just
good job of Ballman to just stay at home.
Yeah, squat.
Yep. And so now a 4th down and 13, and just it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back here for Phillipsburg.
Yeah, it didn't look like they're punting.
Nope, they're going to go for this. 4th and 13. Hanchett looking to throw. Under some pressure, and he's brought down. That's Hagens. Gets him in the backfield, and TMP is going to take over on downs. A sack there by the senior Colton Hagens.
Yeah, and he really didn't have much time to get anything off. I mean, he maybe had 1 read, and that was it. He didn't get to go to a 2nd read.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 here for TMP, and boy, they put another score on the board, Chris, and it may be
because this isn't a lightning scoring game.
No. So 10:33 left in the ball game. 8-0 the score. TMP with the lead and with the ball. Twins receivers to the right of Shoemaker. And now Shoemaker's going to take off to the right side. cuts back across the field. He's got some room. 45-40, lowers his head down to the 35-yard line. Nice job of staying engaged in their blocks by the guys up front.
Yeah, E.J. Hall finally makes the stop there. But like you said, that's just staying with your blocker.
Yeah.
That's just fundamental football, find somebody and lock on.
So first down there for TMP. They've got a 1st and 10 just outside the 35-yard line.
Shoemaker's going to sleep well tonight. He's carried the ball quite a few times. He's made some stops from his linebacker spot on defense, returning kickoffs.
He's just doing what he needs to do to give this team a win here tonight for sure. Now this is a give to Gerstner up the middle. He's got some room, 30, and brought down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that looked like Hall again on the stop. And
boy, I like the way he runs. I mean, just 155 pounds, freshman, but he runs hard.
Yeah, seems to have pretty good vision for a guy diving it up in there too.
Yeah.
And that's people. Well, of course. Well, when you're running hard straight ahead, you don't want someone to be real cognitive about it.
Right.
You want to be real physical, but he's also including the visual aids to help him be successful.
So Twins receivers to the right, just Shoemaker, the only guy in the backfield. Now you're going to take it off the left side and turns upfield and gets close to a first down. He gets knocked out. Looks like maybe a yard short.
It looked like that might have been Caden Sisson on the stop there.
Oh, they're going to. They're not. Oh, wow. They do mark it clear up to the 21-yard line, so it is a first down. Looking at the side judge, he was back at about the 24-yard line, and the sticks were moving. I was wondering what they were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times you look for those cues from the stripes as where it's at, so you can move on to your next part of your call. So, boy, this is going to be pretty important for Peeber to get a stop here. Not that 14 points is the end of the world, but just they're not moving the ball that well.
Nice movement up front. That's just Shoemaker running behind the big guys up front, and big push by that interior of the offensive line. Boy, they got 4 or 5 yards on first down and just clearing the way.
Yeah, Seams came out of the bottom of that pile, but he was a catcher. He wasn't, as a defensive lineman, you don't want to make the tackle 4 or 5 yards downfield.
So 8:35 to go in the fourth quarter, 8-0 to score. TMP looking to put another score on the board.
Got a 4-man front out there for Peeberg right now.
Yeah, they've had to switch that up a couple times trying to stop the run, and this is going to be a give to Gerstner up the middle, and he's down to the 10-yard line. Going to have a first down for TMP. It'll be 1st and goal right at that 10-yard line.
That was number 55, Zordon Taylor, on the stop. Taylor is a 6'2", 204 senior, and he was drug about 4 or 5 yards, so that's no small kid you're dragging.
So 1st and goal right at that 10-yard line.
Yeah, the sticks are down, so it's a goal.
Now Shoemaker, the only player in the backfield. Twins to his right. He's taking his time. Just going to be a quarterback dive up the middle. Going to get 4 yards to the 6. Nothing fancy there. We're just going to come straight at you.
Yeah, and it was very effective. I'd say not a real big kid, but he does a nice job of kind of burrowing in there.
So 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. 7:25 to go in this game. 8-0 TMP.
Yeah, it's another factor, Curtis. It's a good point that the clock's running down too. I mean, obviously TMP wants to score, but they're killing the clock.
Yep. So now Twins to the left for Shoemaker. Gonna roll out to the left side, and he's still on his feet.
Wow.
Boy, man, he took a couple hits.
Well, he's like a pinball out there.
Got thrown out of bounds there by Seth Keaton, but
now watch on the replay here. He
took a hit there,
bam,
and Keaton finally throws him out.
Well, but he kept. I mean, when his feet were on the ground, he kept them moving. There were times I'm not sure his feet were on the ground. He's kind of flying through the air.
So 3rd and goal from just outside the 2-yard line. And I think this is twice up the middle for Shoemaker.
Yeah,
They're not gonna.
And just because he's able to kind of burrow into places, too.
This is Shoemaker off the right side. He stretches in, and he's going to score. Nice job, nice effort there by Shoemaker, just reaching that ball over for the score. That's his second rushing touchdown of the night.
Yeah, watch him coming off the right tackle there. Or no, he's even wider in the right tackle, actually.
Oh, good job. Yeah, number 55 for Phillipsburg. That's Taylor. Had a pretty good beat on him, but Shoemaker able to reach that ball across the line for the score. Now, 2-point conversion time, and they are setting this wing tee. And this is Shoemaker right up the middle, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. So 16-0 our score, and that puts a lot of pressure on Phillipsburg now. Not even to score, but you got to score the 2-point conversions.
Yeah, they kind of had a nice little fake there. They had like a tailback going back across, and he fakes a pitch, almost like the faking the punter with a bad snap.
So 6:54 to go in this ball game. 16-0 is our score, and TMP, they really have come out with more intensity here in the second half, and have really leaned on Shoemaker a lot to make plays, but he's delivered.
He sure has, and like I said, and it hasn't been. Some of it's been he showed good vision in how he's run. Sometimes he's just running physical for a kid that only weighs 165 pounds.
Yep.
And right now, if you're Phillipsburg, this might be a time to think about a reverse on your kickoff or do something just a little bit screwy because they're just not built to move the ball real fast. Of course, if they can score, they could still onside and play that game too. But
Sisson and Babcock back deep for the Panthers. This is going to be taken by one of the up men at the 20-yard line. And that is number 10, Seth Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it up to about the 33-yard line. So
brought down by number 5, Adler Brown. Like I said, Phillipsburg often hasn't scored in this game, but they're just not built to score in a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And the clock is definitely their enemy at this point.
So now we've got Twins receivers to the right and one split to the left. And this is Hancher just going to keep it off the right side and try to strip that ball from him. He's going to get up to the 37-yard line, looks like.
Coming off the bottom of the pile there, that's number 55 for the Monarchs. That's,
Casey, Ryan Casey.
Yeah, Ryan Casey, yeah.
So
clock is tick. I mean,
Phillipsburg taking their time.
If you're Phillipsburg, it's almost like they just need to run the perimeter more and more. The idea if the play's about to end, just get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Twins are now there's a snap blitz coming and the ball's on the ground, and I think TMP's got this ball again.
Yeah,
and they do. Yep.
Number 5 comes up with that ball for TMP. That's Adler Brown. Let's watch the replay here.
Yeah, just bringing Casey coming in on the
That looks
blitz.
like a good snap. That looked like the QB just didn't handle it.
I think he's seen that blitz and linebacker was trying to pull out, quick there, and just left without the ball. So, boy, things have really went downhill for Phillipsburg now. TMP's put a couple scores up. They've got a couple turnovers. And now they got the ball back with 6:02 to go in this ball game.
And if you're TMP at this point, you got to get multiple guys to the ball. One guy gets the tackle. One guy's reaching in trying to strip.
Now the flex bone set. This is give to Gerstner off the right side, and he's going to get to about the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. So
looked like Taylor was on the stop there. Taylor's not a defensive starter, but. So I don't know if maybe someone's hurt or just that's part of the rotation. But Taylor's played a lot of defense here in the fourth quarter.
So 2nd down and 5 for TMP, and they're in a good position here, up 2 scores, and they got the ball. Just taking their time. And now this is Shoemaker after the fake, and he's going to have the first down, get down to the 25-yard line.
Looked like E.J. Hall and Taylor on the stop. They pulled their right guard, and he ran in behind that right guard. That's the big 67 there, kind of cleaning the way for him. That's Colton Higgins. Anytime I mention the big guys making a good play, I'm all about that.
Exactly. So. Yeah, the big guys up front, they don't get a lot of the credit, don't get a lot of the airtime, but yeah, whenever you see them making a good play, we try to get their name out there for sure.
Yeah, and the right tackle and the center both did a nice job on their base block too. So
now Twins receivers to the right for Shoemaker. He's just going to take it off the left-hand side. Sidesteps a tackle, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and he's in for the score. And
it was like a 25-yard scoring run.
Yeah, Shoemaker in for this third score. It's like maybe some words exchanged down there in the end zone after that, but nice run there by Shoemaker. Just ran through some tackles.
Yeah, and, sometimes, like I said, when you get to this situation, you get desperate, and sometimes you're reaching for the ball rather than the tackle, and you got to make the tackle first, then reach in for the ball.
So 22-0 our score, and TMP is kind of putting it on Phillipsburg here in this fourth quarter. And this is a give to one of the running backs, and he's going to be short of the two-point conversion, but Griffin Shoemaker has third touchdown run of the night, and TMP extends their lead 22-0 over Phillipsburg. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drug Store. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panther students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. TMP just with another score to go up 22-0. Two scores here in the fourth quarter, Chris, of really
yeah, and then two of them within about 2 minutes of each other, too, pretty fast.
So this is again taken by one of the up men at the 20-yard line, Keaton, and he's across the 30 down to close to the 35-yard line. But, yeah, we were just talking this, TMP hasn't got over that hump. They haven't beat Phillipsburg. It's been 15 games in a row that Phillipsburg's beat them. They haven't been able to beat Norton. They haven't been able to beat Smith Center. So, for this program, this is a stepping stone. They beat one of the big
exactly.
The big guys.
And this is an understaffed TMP team too. So to do this without all your big dogs is a very impressive win for them.
So now Hanchett gives to Rodriguez. Rodriguez finally has some room, and he's brought down at the 48-yard line. The 14-yard run by Rad Rodriguez.
That's a rumbling, bumbling, stumbling run there, because it was almost like, I'm tired of this crap. I'm gonna take some bodies with me now.
So 1st and 10. Phillipsburg trying to get to the line of scrimmage, go fast, and they cannot get the line set back behind them.
Boy, the center just got blown up on that play.
And that's Rodriguez again, I believe, down to the 46-yard line.
Ryan Casey was on the stop, although he was kind of a catcher rather than a tackler, but you got him to the ground. Right now, if you're TMP, it's not about style points.
Now motion. This is a fumble again, and TMP's on. This is a third fumble of the night for Hanchett, and boy, just things gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, Caden Dinkle comes up with that. It punched out there.
Yeah, looked like it was.
Yeah, Dinkle looked like he was kind of tired. I mean, it was almost like, I'm glad to get this, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
It wasn't, a lot of times you expect somebody to be celebrating, but I just think you've got a lot of TMP kids. They're playing both ways. They're playing a lot of minutes because they're short on. They only have 21 players suited out tonight, And you've had some kids that have put up great efforts to give the Monarchs this opportunity to salt this one away. 3:42 left in the game. The Monarchs lead 22-0.
Now Shoemaker twins to the left, and he's just going to take this up the middle. Gets a couple yards on first down. Now I just want to watch this clock go hit the double zeros.
Yeah, and TMP is largely keeping the ball real close to the hash marks even. They're not other than, Shoemaker had the one scoring run right down there where he bounced at the outside, but most of it's like we're not even coming close to the sideline.
Yeah. So second down and 8.
Wildcats down 23-7 now. 9:40 left in the third. Yikes!
I know. I keep looking at it. It keeps getting worse. So now this is Shoemaker on the carry. Bounces that off to the left side, and he's brought down for a loss on the play. That's Caden Sisson out there with the tackle. So third down and 10.
But, boy, right now the clock is their friend. That's just bleeding away. And even the Monarchs have to punt. I'm guessing TMP's going to come after it, but they're just running out of time.
So now they've got an unbalanced line to the right at this wing T formation.
Yeah, they showed that formation once or twice before. Long count.
Yep, this is a give to Gerstner up the middle. Big run there by Gerstner, and he's going to have 8 yards. So now 4th and 2. Maybe change your.
Yeah.
You may now just try to go for it and get this first down, and that if they get this first down, it'll effectively end the ball game.
Looked like Colin Springer might have been on the stop there for the Panthers, but like you said, that really changes things. Before you're thinking, well, you're going to probably punt it away, but like you said, it's over if they get the first down.
So 4th down and 2, back to that wing T. Just taking their time. And, Gerstner bobbled the ball. He dove forward. It's going to be close to a first down. Kind of bobbled the ball and got they're going to say first down. It'll be short, so it'll be Phillipsburg ball. I'm surprised no measurement there.
Right. I do think if that had been a clean handoff, he might have made it.
Yes.
Taylor was there to meet him, but obviously since he was falling down and fumbling, he really couldn't carry any momentum through.
So 1:33 to go in this ball game. Phillipsburg takes over on downs. Hanchett looking to throw and just overshoots his man out there in that was intended for number 23, Blake Baresh.
I wouldn't bet the farm on it, but I'm not sure they've completed a pass yet tonight.
Yeah.
They don't throw the ball a lot. They have some passing statistics, but they just haven't had the ball much tonight. It would be fascinating to see a time of possession on this game.
1:28 to go. Man in motion. Now they're going to throw it out there to the flat, and he's going to have his first down. What a hit, though. Shoemaker had a big hit on the side. That's Babcock on the reception, but, boy, he took a hit. Watch this on the replay.
Yeah, Shoemaker's going to have a highlight reel full of things for tonight.
Yep.
Gets his head in front. Yeah, good form.
Yeah, good form. And so, third down and 5. And this is a give to Rodriguez up the middle.
He didn't get it. Yep. See, now they're going to mess around with a 4th and short here, and
about 1:05 left to go.
Running Colton Higgins out there to kind of clog up the middle for the Monarchs. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised to see a play action pass here, fake that to Rodriguez, and just say we got to score. Boy, clock's running too. The Panthers are. Yeah.
Just looking for a moral victory here just to get a first down. And Hanchett is reaching, but I don't think he's going to make it. He's going to be about a half a yard short, and TMP's going to take over on downs. Good job up front there, Higgins and Walker in there, and just they've been disruptive all night long.
Yeah, if you're handing out game balls in the locker room afterwards, I think you got to be giving at least one to one of those big boys up front. I mean, there's been 3 or 4 of them off that's made the plays, but
this is just going to be a kneel down here. 40 seconds to go, and what a win here for TMP. What a gutty win for the Monarchs. They
pitching a shutout. I mean, and they've had games this year where they played good defense for 2 quarters, 3 quarters, and then maybe ran out of gas. Right. But they put together 4 quarters of defense, and it was complimentary football. The offense held the ball quite a bit of the game, and the Panthers just didn't have the ball much.
Right. And, like you had talked about in the pregame, just leaning on Shoemaker to make some plays, leaning on your defense, and that's exactly what they did. And it's a great game plan. You did what you had to do to get the win, and, you're probably in a good position to make the playoffs now.
Yes.
And so maybe get some of these guys healthy. Maybe, TMP was a team that had some expectations at the beginning of the year. So get some guys back and see what you can do.
Yes. This is a shot in the arm for the TMP program. Like I said, a historic shot in the arm, too, beating one of the big dogs of the MCL that's kind of been stepping on you in the past.
Yeah, 15-game win streak snapped. Phillipsburg had won 15 straight against TMP. TMP finally breaks that streak and gets the victory over the Panthers. And so let's take a final look then at some of our scores on our Nex-Tech scoreboard. Don't bring up that K-State score. I don't want to see that one. The Golden Plains with the 45 over Brewster. Ellsworth and Russell still in a battle there. And Wichita County and Meade. We've got Victoria with the 45-point mercy roll over Wallace County. Ellis extends their lead over Oakley, and Smith Center all over Republic County. Plainville up big on Syracuse. Norton puts another score on the board. They're up 19-0 over Beloit.
Yeah, you knew that'd be a good game, but boy, I wouldn't have predicted Norton winning by that margin. It's just the third quarter too.
Right. And Thunder Ridge, they put up 92 last week and just 52 this week. So.
Yeah. Wheatland Grinnell's having a tough year, so they made it come over there with the idea that we weren't going to embarrass anybody.
So we got Goodland on the board with a safety. Liberal still with the 7-point lead over Great Bend, and Hayes with up a couple scores on Dodge. Manhattan up 3 scores over Junction City. So, boy, Salina South, they have just, that was once a real good program, has just gone south. So, but our final score here, and really we got Griffin Shoemaker. He has 3 touchdown runs, Chris, and that's kind of all in the second half. It was scoreless at halftime.
Yeah, and in a wide variety of ways. He ran between the tackles a lot too. This wasn't just Shoemaker bouncing everything. He ran between the tackles some on the PATs. I wrote down that one time he ran over the left guard, one time he ran over the right guard. That in that last touchdown he scored, he's like a pinball bouncing off different people to the perimeter. Just a gutty little performance. Made several stops on defense.
Right.
But the big story tonight is playing or Peaburg didn't have the ball much.
No.
The Monarchs possessed the ball. They methodically drove down the field, and Peaburg, they're not a quick strike offense, and usually they're the ones doing that to other teams.
Right.
Like you had 2 flex-blown teams going against each other. I guess they outflexed them.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it for sure. So next week, Lacrosse travels to Waukene. That'll be a big district contest there between those 2 teams. May be able to decide that 8-man district with that game. Our pregame will start at 6:45 and kick off right there at 7. So tune in next week, watch a good 8-man game. But tonight, TMP 22, Phillipsburg 0. Just anything else, Chris? It was just a pretty good performance by TMP.
Right, 21 men suited up for the Monarchs, and they would do some group substitutions at times. I think they were getting the most out of the roster they had tonight. I'm sure the Panthers are kind of disappointed in this outcome. They didn't uphold that traditional dominance, and might be a rough week of practice this week in Phillipsburg.
Yep. All right, so our final score, TMP 22, Phillipsburg 0. Thanks for tuning in and watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Dr. Ron Juneman, and Coombs Trucking. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Shane Kinter Farm Bureau Financial Services, Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Phillipsburg Game Time Boosters, Sawyer's Ace Hardware, and Whitmer Rexel Drugstore. They're proud supporters of the Phillipsburg Panthers students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Olive Bovey Memorial Chapel, White's Food Liner, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.